Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Guys, welcome to this live market analysis. How are you? How are you guys doing today? Can you hear me? Just to confirm if everyone can hear me and can see the screen. Let's give it for 30 seconds or 1 minute for everyone to join, of course. Yes, Rob, we are here. And for those who are watching us from the YouTube, welcome, guys, to this live market analysis here at Elevating Forex. So let's bring the energy a bit up on this webinar again. Guys, first I have to say that it's the type of webinars that I love to do with you guys here because you bring so much energy in the room. So let me see, where are you joining us from, guys? Come on, throw me some countries here, some cities. Let's see. From which country is everyone here? From Poland, First, Norway, Netherlands, Denmark, Bulgaria, Hungary, the Netherlands, great, from Latvia, Bulgaria again, UK, Belgium. Oh, we have people from Canada. That's awesome. From the UK, fantastic. And you, Marcus from Denmark, great. Rob, YouTube, Netherlands. From India, wow. Amazing, amazing, guys. And you have someone from Cyprus here in front of you. Matt from Scotland. So, guys, again, welcome to another weekly market watch, insight and predictions here at Elevating Forex. For those they see me for first time here, allow me to say my name. My name is Theo Theodorou. I type it on the chat below. So if you want to ask me anything during this webinar, please make sure you use the chat. Otherwise, I will not be able to know if you're asking anything, okay? So, guys, this week, it's going to be a very, very intense week. It's the week that I call the interest rates week. So we're going to go to the calendar in a while and just see the events, so we are prepared. And the disclaimer, as usual, this content is for general information only and is not intended to provide any trading or investment advice or personal recommendation. So, Fenan asked what kind of strategy I use. I will tell you right after. Just a few words about me, guys. Some trading for the last 11 years, some providing education and private coaching for the last 6 years. I'm a certified financial technical analyst. On a daily basis, I'm occupied beside trading with also sending market analysis for individual traders that they want to have accurate market analysis anyhow, for hedge funds, for trading, from brokers. I create educational courses for investing, trading. I publish articles in financial magazines, and I host webinars with people like Steve Nilsson, John Bollinger, Daniela Kalle, and many, many more. And yeah, my name is Theo Theodorou, as I said before. So supposed to have this slide before, yeah. So, guys, before we go to the chart and start looking at the currency pairs, as I said, this week is the only week that the markets, they're going to be a bit intense in terms of volatility, and I would like you to be prepared. Okay, I don't want you, if you're going to try to trade something beyond our signals that we send on the channel, not to be well equipped and not to have the understanding you need in the market. Is it fair enough? So first event, it's going to be, just to confirm again, everyone sees the calendar. Type a quick yes, please. Yes, can you see the calendar from the fxstreet.com? Yes, perfect. So from Monday, actually on Monday, tomorrow, not many intense moves we do expect, to be honest, because only in China we will have the major events, and we don't really trade the Chinese yuan. But guys, pay attention. We're gonna go through very fast in a couple of minutes. We will be done with the calendar. On Tuesday, from Tuesday onwards, the volatility will pick up incredibly. In Japan, this is the key event for the week, guys. In Japan, it's been, my goodness, it's been years to see the Bank of Japan willing to change the interest rates. Even during COVID, the interest rates, they stayed the same in Japan. So now they are about to increase the interest rates from minus 0.1% to take them to 0%. So this might gonna bring enormous volatility and positive run for the Japanese yen. Now, what I would like you to guys understand is that the Japanese yen, it's fairly weak, but everything can change when the interest rates will be reported. If this is gonna confirm the forecast, and the market will follow through, and we're gonna see a strength of the Japanese yen, we're gonna see some major reversals in the market. Next, it will be the Reserve Bank of Australia to report interest rates. They are keen to keep the interest rates at 4.35%. Then in Canada, the Bank of Canada will report the consumer price index. Previously, it was 2.9%. Last year, for the same month, and they expect it to rise by 0.2%, so to go to 3.1%. If this is going to happen and the Canadian dollar will follow through and the market participants will buy the Canadian dollar, then we can find opportunities to short the euro cut, the pound cut, and the rest. Okay. Next one, on Wednesday, consumer price index in the UK minus 0.6%, expected for the month of February to rise to 0.7%. That's going to be fairly bullish for the Great British Pound. But on the other hand, if you compare the last year, same month, 5.1%, it was last year, same month, and it's expected to drop. So let's see which one is going to win the battle. Okay, we cannot bet on something right now because we don't know which one is going to outperform. Later at night, the interest rates will be reported by the Fed, and the 5.5% is expected to remain the same. The next day, early morning, let's say Thursday morning or Wednesday night, depends on which time zone you are. In New Zealand, gross domestic product will be reported. It's expected to increase, so maybe we're going to see some strength in the QE. The day after, on Thursday, unemployment rate in Australia expected to drop from 4.1% to 4%. Switzerland will report their interest rates. We don't know what is their forecast. We don't have any forecast. Currently, it's 1.75%. And Bank of Canada later in the afternoon, Bank of England will report interest rates. They are expecting to keep them at 5.25%. And on Friday, retail sales in the UK is expected to drop from 3.4% to minus 2.6%. Now, the S&P Global Services PMI in the on Friday in the US, they're not going to bring that volatility to change anything. But I'm telling you from now, the markets, they're going to wait for all these moves to occur before they're going to reveal all their moves. Okay. That's all from the calendar. Again, it's going to be a busy day, guys, a busy week. Sorry, busy week, not a busy day. And we expect it to have major drastic changes in the market. Let's read some questions so far. Someone asked, Theo, is this presentation has the trader's best interest or the broker's best interest? That's a great question from iPhone 11 Pro Max. It's absolutely 100% for the traders. I don't work for any broker, guys. Everything we do here, everything, all the analysis you see coming from us directly to you, from myself, it's everything has to do to serve the trader's best interest, not the broker's best interest. Okay, I hope that's very clear. Andriana said, Yassas Kalispera. Hello, Andriana. Iswara said, which web page shows this news calendar? I mainly use the FX Street. If you just Google FX Street, you will see it. A user said, Theo, what do you think for long on NASDAQ? We will check the NASDAQ. Igor said, Theo, what is your thought on prop firms? Absolutely brilliant prop firms. I encourage them because they allow you to trade with money you may have. You just need to know the rules, and you just need to make your expectations based on this. It's a huge area with the prop firms, guys. I'm extremely well informed about prop firms, and I know very well how they work. I use them a lot, and yeah, you need to know a few things. Now, if you need, and if any one of you guys here, you need some more specific knowledge or any kind of private sessions or any questions, please ensure that you send us a message at support here at Elevating Forex, and Giles will forward all the messages to me, and I will personally contact you directly. Okay, you just say for Theo Theodorou, and you're gonna direct to me. So let's start with the Euro US dollar, guys. By the way, all of the majors last week, they printed an inside candle. What does it mean, inside candle on the weekly chart? Means basically indecision. Now, because we are trading on the lower time frames, we are trying to capitalize on the either short-term momentum or on the short-term swing momentum. We basically do our analysis on the daily or for our time frame. Now, what I personally do, and the way I always teach trading, and especially to the beginner trader, I start from the weekly chart and I try to trade based on the weekly direction. I try to enter on a 4-hour time frame. That gives the best and highest probability trades. Okay. Again, there are times like the daily price action favors entries on the hourly time frame, and that's, again, it's awesome. So just make sure you are maximum 2 time frames below your higher time frames. But for the purpose of this webinar, and to ensure that you are well equipped for the week ahead, I will give you the overall weekly analysis, okay, with support, resistance, and everything. You feel free to copy everything from my chart to your chart. Someone asked, do you trade on Oanda.com? No, I don't trade on Oanda.com. I use it on TradingView because it just happened. Okay. So on the 4-hour time frame, price made these higher highs and higher lows, and here is what you guys need to understand. The last move we have reference for a solid higher high and higher low is this low down here, is this high up there. Since then, the price is minor swinging within this point from A to B. So if the price will decline next week and will move and close below this low at point B, then we will start talking about bearish downtrend. Okay, but for now the market still maintains the major swing from this point B to this point A. The price didn't take out any of these references, That's why we don't, that's why here it's a bit of indecision. However, there is a bullish engulfing order block down here on the 4-hour time frame. You can mark it on your chart. If the price will come down here and get rejected, we might gonna pick up some trades to go long. Okay. Again, remember on Wednesday there are interest rates in the US, and the price can go sideways until that time. Okay. So please be patient, and I don't recommend to traders to try and trade the news. Use the news in your favor. If you are in a trade and you are in the right direction of the market, then the news will just push the price in your favor. Okay, so next one, the pound US dollar. Here the price made lower highs and lower lows. If we consider this swing at point A to point B as the high and the low, the 61.8% of retracement, it's somewhere here. It aligns with these multiple highs in the market. Just beneath that, there is a support with a bullish engulfing order block. So this order block can help the price to bounce off and move to the upside. All right. Now, if the price will come into this area here, there is a 4-hour bearish engulfing order block. Now, there is no 100% this event will happen over the other in trading, because we trade probabilities. We don't know what is going to happen for sure, but we can monitor price action and take some trades from high probability areas, like this one here, bearish engulfing order block to an unmitigated area, this one here, resistance, price already made lower low, so maybe this one, it's going to be a good short-term opportunity. Keep that on your chart, please. Next one, New Zealand US dollar. I picked some good trades last week on this 4-hour time frame, because on the daily chart, as we explained, if you were here on the last webinar, we talked about this rejection here, and we said that the room of opportunity was from this point here, where the current price was, to this point there, this inside support. And all this room here, I took it in my advantage, in my accounts, trading accounts advantage, however you want to call it, on the 4-hour time frame, because it was also a bearish engulfing order block, as I explained you last time. So there were some good trades to take to the downside. The trade is over. I'm not into that trade anymore, and I'm waiting for a clear direction from next week. Next currency pair, the USD Canadian dollar. So last week, remember that I marked you this inefficiency area, guys, here with this light blue color, and we explained that if the price is going to respect this 1.344 and it's going to bounce off the move upward, it might going to come to fill up this area here. The 61.8% Fibonacci was right there. No, it wasn't actually there. It was lower. It's somewhere here. I don't know how I move it to that place. It was somewhere there. At this point on Friday, the market printed this bearish engulfing order block, and it looks like it's trying to move lower. Let's see what's going to happen. Again, the majors, they're going to go a little bit crazy this week until the interest rates event announced. Iswara asked, do you use FIBO level 78.6? Not necessarily. And that's a great question, guys, because I'm very well informed that, and especially on many YouTube channels, and they put about the 78.6%. In technical analysis, guys, when the price reaches the 78.6%, it's kind of it shows weakness in the market. Okay, it doesn't show strength. So, but on the time frames, like 1-minute chart, 5-minute chart, sometimes even 15-minute chart, because of this of the news and the volatility enters the market at under specific occasions, that 78.6 or even 80% of the retracement, it works well in the financial market. So if you are trading 1 minute, 5 minute chart, definitely use them. But if you're going to trade the 4-hour, hourly, daily chart, the 78.6%, it's not the most ideal or the best one in my experience and my expertise. Okay, but by all means, you can test anything you want yourself. Next one, USD Swiss, that's the 4-hour time frame. Better to check this on the daily chart, because on the daily chart, the price, it moves sideways. Remember, guys, we had a webinar a few weeks ago, and we spot this this pin bar here, or shooting star, better to name it as it is, that shooting star. And some traders, they comment that's a solid double top, and we said that's not a double top. We said here it's an equal tops. If it's going to be a double top reversal, double top, it's a reversal pattern, guys. And a double top reversal pattern is confirmed only if the price penetrates successfully and closes below the swing low created this last move. Okay, please pay attention to that. Many traders, they see equal tops and immediately, that's a double top reversal. It's not. A double top reversal, it's if you see the price closes below this last swing, yes, that's a double top, and wait for your entries once the price it's going to move upwards. Okay, is that clear, guys? Do you have any question on that? So last week and last Friday, actually, a doji candle or spinning top around these areas of resistance, it doesn't really help us a lot. But I will say, and the way I will play this on next week is, if the price will not manage to reach this top R3 weekly high and it's going to move below, enter to this 4-hour bullish order block. Now I will walk you through to the 4-hour time frame. And if it's going to come down to this order block and put a reversal price action, definitely I will be looking to buy into this move for continuation to the upside. Okay, but if you start the analysis now on this 4-hour time frame, because it moves sideways, we don't have any bias here. That's why sometimes we have to be just a little bit flexible to move a time frame higher to better understand what the market does. Here is the interesting part with all the Japanese yen pairs. What's happening here is that the market last week printed this inside candle. Do you guys see that? Inside candle. We were hoping for more bearish move last week, but again, the market started the retracement. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we already spotted this 4-hour bearish engulfing order block. And someone asked me before, Theo, how do you trade? I trade bearish and bullish engulfing price action when they form order blocks, but they have to have a meaning for the higher time frame, guys. So in this one here, mark it on your chart. If the price will enter this order block and fluctuate a little bit, we will be looking to go short, at least for some short-term momentum. Okay, now taking in consideration the highs from here or there to the lows down there, there is in this area the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement. It aligns perfectly with this support. It broke with an enormous volume, so it changes its polarity to resistance, and also it left an unmitigated order block behind. So maybe we're going to see the price to move here and then to decline, and who knows what's going to happen then. We will see after the Bank of Japan report their interest rates and after the Fed report their interest rate. You see, the majors, there is no clear trend on the US dollar. That's why it's a bit hard to predict a solid direction. So that's why this week we are all, if this is going to happen, and then this is going to happen. The markets this week, they're a little bit tough. Okay, but there are still some good opportunities. For example, on the Great British Pound, Japanese yen, price action of last week, it was a bullish hammer. So if it's going to be a kind of weakness by any chance, a kind of weakness on the Japanese yen, definitely we're going to see explosion into this one, okay, because of the weekly price action. If we go down to the 4-hour time frame, the market changed its polarity from lower highs and lower lows to higher highs and higher lows. So maybe this refined 4-hour bullish engulfing order block will serve a good buying opportunities for here. Okay. Roland's asked, Theo, how did you trade if there is not one but two engulfing order blocks created on the same price move? That's an exceptional question. Thanks for asking that question, Roland. If there are two very close by engulfing order blocks, I will take either the middle of both and place a limit order, or I will take the last one. I definitely not going to trade the first one. Okay. Next currency pair is the Euro JPY. The weekly price action still say bullish, but if we go down on the daily, guys, we'll see that the market at this point had this failure swing high, and it created a lower low on the daily chart. So this can definitely rally a bit higher, but we have to be aware about the 163.523 level. Regarding the 4-hour time frame, if the market is going to continue rally, we will get involved through this bullish engulfing order block here, because this one here, it false break. You see that was the swing low. It got taken out by the low of this bullish engulfing, and then this bullish engulfing caused a new high in the market, a higher high. So it made a new low and immediately made a new high. So it's a solid, very solid area to pick up some trade. Now, if that distance is too large, it's too high, like it's 65 pips, we can go down to the hourly time frame and refine the engulfing. So on the hourly time frame, we have this area. Now, and if you want to put a tighter stop loss, you can use the middle of this box, and let's say you buy a limit from here and you go down with 30 pips stop loss. It's below these low points here, and you can maybe target 221, 321 as much as you want. Okay. Next one, it's going to be the Euro Canadian dollar, guys. Based on the fundamentals, if the Canadian dollar gains some strength, the euro cut from this order block here, it's gonna move lower. Most likely it's gonna move lower, and it can meet this support down there. Okay, a further move to the downside can find this support here. If it was in a different week, I will definitely have been already in this move, but I'm not into this move because of this strong resistance. Same with the Euro Canadian dollar. I was looking, I think it was last week, and maybe I got a losing trade. It was this one here, pound cut or something else. Anyway, I got a losing trade on something like here, where the price made this false breakout. I don't remember in which currency pair. It was not the current week, the week ago. Anyway, if it's going to be a Canadian dollar strength and the Great British Pound will experience weakness because the interest rates most likely they're going to remain the same in the UK, again we can see some move to the downside. Very choppy, very, very trendless, not even close to an ideal setup here. So not really interested right now. Let's see what's going to happen after the major events occur. Some people ask about the Nasdaq to go long. Well, on the weekly time frame, the price, last week, not this current, but the previous week, it made this all-time high. Okay, and it's been since let's say October November 2023, we've seen two bearish candles on the weekly chart, the one following the other. Therefore, it might gonna give some kind of weakness here, but the price now is sitting at a strong support. And if we draw this one like here, that's a weekly low, and that's another weekly low. Oh, come on, that's another weekly low. So on the 4-hour time frame, someone asked to pick a bullish trade from this one, because these weekly lows, I assume, you see, my friend. Now, it's okay, but how do we know what's going to happen next, especially knowing that the market is desperately craving for some correction? Back to the weekly time frame, guys, the market, it's been to a straight move to the upside without any major correction. So maybe we're going to see some bullish move, but again, I prefer to confirm the daily price action and then drop down to the hourly price action to pick up the reversal from there, to find the bullish engulfing that left unmitigated behind and pick up the trades from there. Guys, I would like you to think smart in trading, not to think emotionally. And it's a subject that through some kind of workshops that I do with traders, they come on private coaching, I can work your way out to start being much less emotionally while trading, okay? Especially if you are trying to find out your way. I trade solid price action and strategies that they have good they are high probability setups, and I can teach you everything. Just need to message us at support, and Georg will direct you back to me, and I will personally, privately contact you. Which one do you want next? Someone asked for gold. Of course, gold. The last 3 days, the price stayed as an inside of the inside of the inside. It's like a double inside candles here, okay? This bearish candle with 3 inside candles. So we put our support here, our resistance, and we draw the box, this rectangle that marks the sideways move. So what do we want to trade from here? Well, in my opinion and in my expertise, I prefer to see the price move away from the support. I'm not the trader who rush to buys or sells the breakouts, because the price, guys, price always works its way on a cyclical way. It will never go like this and never come back. Always after an up, a blow occurs. Always after an upward move, a downward move occurs. So it is what it is, and we can use this in our advantage. All right. So from this one here, if the price breaks and closes below S1 support, I will be looking to see if it's going to get rejected on this 4-hour bullish engulfing order block to pick up some long positions. But if it's going to break to the upside, then we have this all-time high, and then we're going to work our way with the round numbers like 2200, 2250, and so on and so forth. Okay, there is no price action indicating in which direction on Monday the price will move, because so far what we know is that the market moves sideways. Ivan said there is a huge fair value gap. Where? Here, down there. There is down here as well, of course. There is down here. There is another one there. I was looking to trade long from this point here, to be honest, after this breakout occurred, but price never came back, which it's okay. So we're going to work based on what we see happening in the market. If you guys are using Bollinger Bands, because one of the analysis I will send tomorrow for a prop firm involves, I did the analysis with the Bollinger Bands. because when the market is sideways, Bollinger Bands, they were pretty well. So the upper and the lower band, they are flat. When we see contraction, we're going to get ready for the expansion. And that's why it's worth paying attention to the Bollinger Bands in sideways markets. WTI or US oil or crude oil, it's one that it's on my watch list for next week because price on the weekly chart made bullish engulfing candle. So this bullish engulfing can lead us to some bullish activity. Price broke and closed above the 80.50, which is a solid recent price for the crude oil. Now, if the price retrace, move backwards, correct, and enter to this minor order block, I will try to pick up trades from here. Why? Because regardless it's a minor bullish engulfing order block, it's printed around a round number, which is the 80. Okay, that's 79.97, which is very close to 80. And also, it's a monthly high. So it's going to host a lot of activity around here. Let's see what's going to happen with this one. If price declines further, there is the 61.8 Fibonacci support along with that inside support here. Fibonacci retracement along with that inside support. So we're going to try to work our way there. And for the crypto lovers, Bitcoin today, 4.5% up. In the morning, I woke up, everything was red here, -8, -5%, -12%, and all over the sudden, Shiba Inu 16%, FATMA 11%, and so on. As I told you many times, I'm a big supporter of Solana. I used to trade, buy, hold, do everything with Solana because I don't know, I believe on that. Ripple, it's something everyone says it's promising. So we are into Ripple as well. Ethereum, Bitcoin, they are trying to correct from these minor retracements. On the higher time frames, of course, they are robust to the upside. They are bullish. Everything screams for buys. Around this previous all-time resistance, all-time high, sorry, the resistance, maybe the price will find some retracement. There are bullish engulfing order blocks. There are fair value gaps. There are all areas that can support some correction, and then we're going to pick up some moves to go long. And the last few pairs that I have on my watch list, and I left them for those who want to be also by the end of this webinar with us. Okay, because I believe some people stayed at the end. They are also want to, they are very, very interested in all this stuff. So Australian dollar, Swissy, guys. For any weakness on the Australian dollar, the price can decline. You see the weekly chart has these lower highs in place, but we have a kind of support here. And if we use the RSI or even the MACD, when you use the MACD, the divergences are much stronger. So double bottom divergence, price stayed below this 40-period weekly moving average, which is the equivalent of the 200 daily moving average, a very, very big resistance in the market. Last time the price retested this 200 daily moving average, it sold off, and that was in January 2023. And back then in August 2022, you see, it's a very, very important indicator moving average to have on your chart, the 200 daily. So if the price will decline further, we have this support down here. If you want to take it one step further and you use the Fibonacci retracement, 50 and 61.8% on the weekly time frame are the only levels that I'm looking at. So around this bottom here, On the daily chart, it's within this bullish engulfing order block. On the 4-hour time frame, it aligns perfectly with these bullish order blocks here. Order block. Okay, and then we have, oh my God, look at this. We have this bullish engulfing at the bottom. So if the price will decline further due to the news, maybe it's going to just speed up the time it enters here. We're going to try to pick up some trades and go long. Aussie, Swissy, mark it on your chart. New Zealand, Canadian dollar, I'm into this trade. I had a buy limit order. I got triggered on Friday and I'm into the trade because of this congestion here on the daily chart. Price made this explosion to the upside and then it's still respecting this low here, this high there. So this is the area between around 61.8% from this point here. And I picked up some trades on the 4-hour time frame. So let's see what's going to happen. If the Canadian dollar will gain strength, it means this New Zealand CAN, it's going to drop more and it's going to take my stop loss and I will experience a losing trade. But if the Canadian dollar will will weaken it, then definitely it's going to give me a good trade, and it's for 2-to-1. Usually I don't go more than 2-to-1 because I like to be consistent on my trading, and so far it's consistent. And yeah, sometimes I regret maybe that I could go for 5 and 6-to-1, but that's the minority, not the majority. Okay, so I'm very, very happy to stick to 2-to-1, 1.5-to-1. My bread and butter, it's 1.5-to-1, but in cases that there is room of opportunity, I will go definitely for 2-to-1. And Australian dollar Kiwi, actually on Thursday it was this one. On the daily chart, on Wednesday, price made higher highs and higher lows. On Thursday, retraced backwards, and we identify this non-failure swing after price made this higher high. On the 4-hour time frame, the origin of the move was down there. Was down here. Order block, we enter with 15 pips stop loss, and with 2-to-1, price is still rallying. If the price is going to enter into this area here next week, we will try to pick up some short trades if the price action allows us, because there are a lot of, and stop loss has to go above these highs here. Okay, we have to clear with a stop loss all these highs, because if the price will come somewhere there, it's going to be many stop losses sitting right at these highs to be executed, many buy stop orders sitting to be executed to the upside. So we don't want to get caught. I always try to put my stop loss 10 or 20 pips above these highs. All right, because I trade these swings, I go for 1.5-to-1 or 2-to-1. So it's it works exceptionally well for me. Is one ask which indicators are open on your chart? Now it's the MACD. And I have the Bollinger Bands. All these indicators are primarily for technical analysis. The official technical analysis I provide to the firms, actually. That's why I need to use the 50, the 200 on the daily chart and 4-hour chart. I use the 20-period moving average. I use the 10 period, and the 40 on the weekly time frame. Okay. And the Bollinger Band, yeah, it's this one here at the bottom. And down here hidden is the RSI. Sometimes RSI gives the information that on the MACD we can't have that information. Guys, any other currency pair? Any question? Any other question you might want to ask? Again, I would like to, sorry, is one ask something else? I just scrolled up now. Is Japanese yen safe for trading since it is sometimes unpredictable volatility? Actually, guys, that's another great question. So Japanese yen, please understand this. The Japanese yen currency is one of the best currencies to use in technical analysis. So it respects the level so well, and we can rely on the Japanese currency for our moves. And that's because of the it's a favor we take from the Japanese traders, because they love their currency and they are very intuitive with their technical levels. Igor asks, do you trade stocks? Maybe some stocks also. I used to trade intraday stocks. I prefer to invest in stocks, but I'm happy to do analysis in any stock you're going to ask me, guys. Just make sure from next time to ask me a bit early. Put the and I hope, Igor, you're not going to give me 15 or 20 stocks. Just give me 1 or 2 stocks, okay? For next time. Guys, I think that's all for me today. I hope you enjoyed the webinar. I believe we answered all the questions so far. Did you cover the Euro CHF? No, I didn't actually cover the Euro CHF. And I said the other time, it's for a reason. I don't trade the Euro CHF and the Pound CHF. So, but for you guys here, absolutely, I can do the analysis. I think I remember last time we explained about this bearish engulfing order block printed on the daily chart, and it looks like last week the price didn't really move beyond. So maybe it's going to be a good short opportunity from up here. What about on the daily chart? How many on the weekly chart? How many pips? About 60 pips. So it stays around this area of resistance. Now, it's also a good technical level. Be mindful around number 0.97, triple O, it's around here. So the price might gonna false breakout and then move to the downside. Okay, but again, the market will go a bit sideways because the Bank of Switzerland will report interest rates next week. Adriana said, "Efkaristopoli Galinikta." Good night, Adriana. Thank you for attending. And guys, reminder, if you need to contact me for any kind of maybe coaching or maybe some just explanation, some information, we are humans. You may have questions. I appreciate that you take the time to be on the webinar. Please message us at my name is Theo Theodorou. Either you can find me on any social media or you can message us at Elevating Forex at support, of course, and Gilles will direct you to me. Okay. Any question? Thank you. Thank you. Great job. Cosmin asks, is there a way to see on the chart real-time orders placed? Yes, definitely. I can show you some trades next week. That's not a problem. Can you check out SMCI quickly? Igor, please text me directly to do it because it's not very, it's going to take a lot of time. Thanks for tonight. You are very welcome. Exponential moving average 34, is it useful? Look, if it works under that particular market conditions, it's useful. But always, if you're going to use moving averages, please ensure that the market is trending. Otherwise, they are not very useful, the moving averages. I use them primarily on trending markets. Actually, that's why they are developed. Okay, Igor, have a good night. Roland asked Theo one last question. On what time frames you enter your trades? You make analysis on 1 week and 4 hour. If I make analysis on the weekly time frame, I will enter on the 4 hour time frame. But if I see a reversal price action on the or a continuation, a pattern anyway on the daily chart, and I want to trade it, and I find that order block on the 1 hour time frame, I go from a daily to the hourly. I go from weekly to 4 hour or from daily to hourly. I keep it extremely simple and not any complicated or something. Okay. All right, guys. Again, thank you so much. You are welcome, Ronald. I will definitely encourage you to look the markets. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to contact us. And yeah, myself and the Elevating Forex team would like to thank you for your participation. We hope that we add enormous value in your trading. Get ready for next week. Our traders will send the signals out. And I will see you again next Sunday as usual. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you very much.